teachers that I've been able to work with my whole 13 years being in the independent school district, I know each and every one of them care so deeply about all of us. Miss Cox was just an amazing teacher. I tell her every single thing, all the amazing things I've done because of her. She's just so enthusiastic, like every single day, and no matter what, she'll try to help you out.
Miss Stutzer, she was my math teacher. Her descriptions are fantastic, and she will go the extra mile so you understand it.
Mr. Grubb was one of my favorite teachers because he was passionate about what he taught about. He loves government, he loves politics. Christopher Wells was a really good teacher because he was very strict, and he said day one exactly what he wanted from us. They are strict teachers, but that means that you're going to learn the most from them.
Mr. Gull kind of got me to enjoy reading again. He really inspired me to always look to enjoy literature, and I really appreciate that and everything he's done for me.
Mr. Hawley was actually the teacher that pushed me the most. He actually gave me my first F that I ever had. And even though it might seem bad, it was actually the greatest thing because he treated me like a regular student, and that's what I needed. He pushed me and he let me know that I can do it. He was like a close to a father figure for me.
Mr. Gant went out of his way to make sure that you weren't just succeeding in his class, but like if you were struggling in another class, he would do his best to help you out, whether that was setting up tutoring for you or answering questions on the side, and he would always push you to do your best. I think some people felt a lot more cared for, especially if they weren't like cared for at home, you know.
The teacher who most impacted me in the independent school district would be my speech and debate coach, Sheila Holt. She doesn't always recognize that she has such an extreme impact on the students she works with. She helps us go past just being a student and really tries to focus on making us into good people.
My kindergarten teacher, Miss Tracy Morton, was so impactful in my early educational career, and I think from a young age she was able to cultivate in me kind of a love for learning and a desire to grow as a student and an individual.
Miss Paddock, and I remember I had her for 3rd grade, and she was the first teacher who kind of made me realize my passion and priority for my education.
Miss Collins, she was my 4th grade teacher, and I don't think I've ever had more fun in a class than when I was with her. Very passionate about teaching and cared about her students.
I think it's so important to acknowledge the additional staff that make our education possible. Carla, the cafeteria worker, she has such a big heart and she has endured so much, but she's still kind to everyone she interacts with. The janitors were always kind enough to interact with me, make sure that I was all right, ask me if I needed anything.
The custodians, they do a lot of hard work. They clean the schools, they make sure that it's ready and prepped for events, along with the tech workers that are at the schools.
One of the most impactful teachers I think for me was Miss Kim Carson. She worked so hard every day to improve our sound and choir and really pushed me individually and us as a group to work harder to become better and gave us great life experiences that we can take forever. Singing Carnegie Hall was an unmatched experience.
I loved Miss Rittenhouse. Yeah, she was probably my favorite.
I loved my kindergarten teacher. I mean, she's a saint. Miss Swanson has the biggest heart on the entire earth, and she is so kind and patient. And I truly think that to work with kindergartners, you have to have a heart of gold. And she truly embodies like a perfect example of a kindergarten teacher.
Miss Greenstreet, she definitely did her best to see the potential in all of her students and really push them to strive for what they wanted to do, not only exploring their passions, but analyzing their strengths and weaknesses and definitely instilling a desire to help make the community and school a better place.
Joseph Cisco, my band teacher, or both Lopez and Cisco, they definitely inspired me to become a music teacher. I hope to be able to come back and teach in the independent school district.
They make us who we are, because all our lives we're our teachers or our family.
I know I would not be where I am today, and I know I wouldn't have the same ambitions or the same promises for my future because they were the ones who were pushing me every step of the way.